how to find your passion if you have brain rot. So first of all, we need to figure out why can't you find your passion. It's just because of this rectangular box over here. You're too distracted, you have FOMO, that you think you're missing out on opportunities out on social media. You need to see what Messi did, you need to see what like any XYZ celebrity did. You're just too busy with others, and your mind is busy finding out what others are doing in life instead of focusing on what's happening in yours. So you have to eliminate FOMO. And first of all, the best way to eliminate FOMO is to reduce your mobile usage. Like, you have to stop checking your Instagram after every 5 minutes. Trust me, there's nothing you're missing out on. It's simply all in your brain that you think you're missing out on others, you're missing out on your friends are doing cool stuff. Yeah, they could be doing cool stuff, but finding your passion is way more cooler than that. So, first of all, even if you have find your passion, for example, like if you like coding, okay, or if you like designing, so you have your passion ready, but you can't execute your ideas. So I like to call this thing over strategizing, and this is something that I've struggled with before as well. Like in my first 2 years of finding my passion, and like since I've been a creator and an editor for the past 3 to 4 years, in my first starting 2 years, I often struggled with lack of execution. I used to think, what if it's a bad idea? How, like, will this work? Will everyone like it? Like, I had too many ideas as well, but I had zero execution, which means nothing. Like, you're still at point zero if you're not executing any ideas. You need to get out of your brain, and most importantly, if you are in a creative field, or it doesn't even matter if you're in a creative field or not, if you're learning any skill, or if you want to basically create content, you get stuck in analysis paralysis, which kills your creativity. And before you come at me, it doesn't matter if you have a creative field or not, you're still creative. Like, everyone's born creative, they just don't know how to use their creativity. So once you've figured out what's holding you back, which is lack of execution, and you've eliminated FOMO as well, because no, like, you shouldn't be caring what's happening in other people's life until your own life is fixed. So once that's eliminated and you find your passion but you can't execute, you have to start executing more. You shouldn't be thinking about, will this idea flop, or is this idea good enough? You won't know something until you experiment. Moving on to the second step is experimentation. Like, before I found video editing, I experimented over 100 things. Like, I experimented photography, designing, coding, web designing. I even tried to do like some trading stuff as well, which thankfully didn't work out. But yeah, you need to experiment 100 different things, because most people are afraid of failure. Is like, if you don't experiment your ideas, you don't know what you're good at. If you fail at one thing, that's better. If you fail at two things, that's even better. Like, you should be failing more often than you succeed. Like, I know it's a bit weird to say that you should fail more than you succeed, but I honestly think that if you don't fail at your ideas, you're not progressing. You're basically not progressing. So you need to fail often and fail more. The biggest action plan, or the biggest advice that I could give you, is that start today. You also need to kill your procrastination over here. I forgot to mention, you have to kill your procrastination. And how will you do that? You will do that by not judging your ideas, because your first 100 200 content ideas will suck. No matter how much you plan, how much you over strategize stuff, like doing the perfect thumbnail, doing the perfect text, doing the perfect font, being a better presenter in front of the camera, like, all of those things are secondary. The main thing that, if you want, like, the main thing is execution. You should execute regardless whatever the result would be. You should build the habit of executing, because once in your flow and it gets easier, then you can focus on strategizing your content or strategizing your skill on how you can make it better. But the first thing is to just start and execute stuff. So the main 3 takeaways from this video is: execute more, experiment more, fail often, and The biggest advice I could give you is that just start. There will be no better time than today to start literally anything. You want to learn coding, you could go onto YouTube and learn anything. But the thing over here is that you also need to know how to learn stuff. So in my next video, I'll be explaining how you can learn more efficiently, because there's a lot of information overload on the internet and you cannot basically learn each and everything over here. So I'll be sharing my experience on how I learned editing and how I learned basically any creative skill, whether it be content creation, getting better at speaking to a camera, copywriting, or literally anything. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Hope you found this helpful, and yeah, peace.